Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the channel again. Welcome to the delayed flight. I will try this to be as short as possible. Another bespoke airport. Another vast bespoke airport, actually. And we must have a point of reference. Yes, and we have some points of reference. In a previous clip I mentioned Einstein, I think. So in order to understand better, yes indeed, we need some points of reference. We need some other aircrafts to see the dimensions actually. Okay? So, let us walk a little bit. Somewhere in Europe, of course, isn't it? Yeah, this is a good point of reference, definitely. Let us have a look here. British Airways, isn't it? Okay. And here we only see the tail, isn't it? The airport is big. So we continue. I will not end this clip today, I'm sure about this. Okay. Yeah, still we see the tail here. A little bit faster now. F6 and W. So, estimate the length of this terminal. It is a long one, isn't it? And we still see the tail. This is the point. Which flight is this one here? Lisboa. Okay, Air Portugal. If you are interested, please let me know about the bespoke airport, I mean. Okay, here is Stockholm. This is another point of reference. We see an airplane behind. Okay. And now it is getting more interesting. Here it is. Another gate, of course, isn't it? Okay. And this goes where? Malaga. Fine. So I think you already understand what it's about. Let us continue. Just to understand the dimensions of this plane, of the Antonov actually, isn't it? You know already what it is. So, this is another gate. Another gate where passengers are waiting to go to Zürich. Wer wird nach Zürich fliegen heute? Okay. I think this guy here has a nice view. Exactly. So you can compare with the other plane, I suppose, isn't it? and we continue to the next gate. Is there any? Yeah, it is really enormous. This plane is enormous. It is really huge. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the time being, this will be all for now. I will not get stuck this time, but I was just thinking to continue this clip and to show you how you can install this plane. If you find something interesting, it is good to share with others, isn't it? So this plane, actually, we will see these things later. This particular one here is freeware, because there are also other versions of the Antonov 125 Mriya 3.4. And for, yeah, okay, this is, what to say, this is impressive. Here we still see the tail, actually the half part of the airplane, isn't it? So I think we will continue later, or actually tomorrow. And I will show you how to download this plane for you who are interested, because we flew with this plane lately. Yeah, here exactly. I managed, it is less than 5 minutes, I think. Okay, so till later. Bye for now, you take care. So let's get started. Of course, you know that the first option that you have is the payware, which is released by Inibuilds. I think it was about March 2023. And we have a look here at the original airplane, which is a payware. Here we have a look at the original cockpit of the payware. The price of the aircraft is not the worst. I think it is about 20 euros or $20, now that euro and dollar have about the same price. However, to my humble opinion, I don't think that this plane should be your first choice. I don't follow the updates of this product. However, I know that everything in cockpit is written in Russian or Ukrainian, because actually the Antonov 225 was an Ukrainian plane. Of course, everything here is extremely detailed and it looks exactly like the original cockpit of the plane. Have a look at all the instruments here. And please have in mind that you have to learn how to fly this plane if you buy the payware, the original Antonov 225, and this will not be that easy. Of course, it is not the only plane which is not easy to learn. However, you have to download manuals, you have to spend quite some time in order to have this plane flyable. And unfortunately, all this knowledge that you will gain, it will be useless for you in the future, since there is no other plane on MSFS 2020 whose controls are similar to the ones of Antonov 225. Of course, you understand that whatever you learn that has to do with the Boeings or with the Airbus, more or less it will be useful for another type of this aircraft, another Boeing or another Airbus. Here we have a look at the page of Flight Sim TO that announces the release of the original Antonov 225. You may have a look at the pictures here. And here is the announcement that Antonov 225 is released by Inibuilds. Here we have a look at some other photographs of the interior of the plane, of the cockpit of the plane actually. And according to the faucet, I don't think that buying this plane from Inibuilds, buying this payware should be your first option. So now let us go to Flight Sim TO. I suppose you all know what Flight Sim TO is. Antonov AN225. So better to type Antonov AN225 Mriya. Have a look here, exactly as it is written. Okay? So apply. Now here it is more interesting because here we see that we have also some options which are freeware. I will start with this one here, okay? Let us see the developer. I think the developer is written here. His name is Fari Ozturk. So we go to this one. Okay, this is a freeware. The installation of the plane, this is quite important, is easy installation. Extract the AN225.zip and drag it in your community folder and you are done. Now the pros and the contras. I downloaded this plane and also there is a tutorial with the startup of this particular Antonov here. I think it goes in Suvarnabhumi airport in Thailand, in Bangkok, isn't it? Let us have a look at the pictures. Impressive, of course. The exterior is quite impressive. However, I don't see any animations here. And I suppose if there were any animations, they would appear in the page as well, isn't it? The cockpit here, which is of course, okay, let us not start this discussion again, please, which is of course the 747. Actually, it is not the 747 cockpit. This is not the 747 cockpit, but anyhow, it is a Boeing cockpit. If you want my opinion, this cockpit is a little bit similar to the 777-300 cockpit, actually, yeah. And I don't know, for a long time there were no updates of the aircraft. Maybe later there were some. Let me have a look. You see changelog, there is nothing here. There isn't changelog, there is nothing at all, okay. There is nothing at all, it is just fine. There are no updates of this plane, okay. I was right. Another disadvantage of the plane, as far as I remember, was that there are some sound warnings continuously, especially when you land. You cannot get rid of these warnings. You just have to go to your settings to sound controls and to set sound warnings to 0. Otherwise, the cockpit is just amazing. I mean, it is a wonderful cockpit. And the truth is that the plane was fully operational. I had no problems with the controls. Autopilot worked just excellent. Heading mode, nav mode, everything worked just fine. And it was an amazing cockpit. Camera views from inside the saved camera views, I mean, the default camera views of the plane were quite poor. So for this reason, I don't think that this freeware should as well be your first option to download. So now we go to the version of Antonov that I would suggest you to download, which is this one here. Write the name of the developer somewhere. It is Tom, how to pronounce this? Raj. Yeah, okay, the developer is this one. Okay, Ricardo Raj. Let us pronounce it something like this. Ricardo Raj. This would suggest you to download this version of the plane, which is also not without problems. The external of the plane is really amazing, high resolution, and you have these wonderful animations that I showed to you already in previous clips. This is really something that I think it must exist somewhere inside your computer, in your community folder. The animations, I suppose, are exactly the same animations of Inibuilds. So you can open the aft, the front doors, the cargo doors, and everything works just excellent. Extremely detailed. There are updates of this product. Okay, so it is this one here. Something else that I liked is that Mr. Ricardo, I don't think that he lies. I mean, this is what I sense. I don't think that he lies here. He complains that MSFS add-ons stole the version of his plane and they uploaded the freeware in their site. So in this case, I think it would be better to support the developer of the plane, isn't it? And to download it from Flight SimTO, I mean. However, the contrast now of the plane, for you who follow the channel and you saw this flight lately with the brand new version of this Antonov 225, the freeware version, there are some problems with the autopilot, with the heading mode, with the nav mode. There are some problems, but as I always used to say, MSFS 2020 is a game where you must find solutions. Still, it is worthy, I think, to download this plane. I mean, I think it is a must. It is the biggest plane in the world. It is freeware. External is just amazing. Most of the systems work. The truth is, the startup is just excellent. This is my suggestion. My suggestion is to download this version of the Antonov 225. Also, to the contrast of the plane, as far as I saw, is that you cannot start the engines with CTRL-E. You must proceed to the startup of the plane unless you start from a runway, isn't it? If you start from a runway, the engines will be operational. Now I will show you how to download this plane. First of all, you must have an account. You will go to Flight SimTO if you haven't any account yet, and you will create an account. Otherwise, you cannot download. You go to download. I have downloaded the plane already, but I will do it once again. Okay, you press here Start Download. You go to your downloads. Here it is. Show in folder. Copy. I will not press copy because it exists already in my desktop. And then you go and you press paste. So I have done this, of course, and here is the downloaded file, okay? These two files you will not put in the community folder, copyright and readme. You will only put this one, the first one. You go here, extract, okay. And this is your file, this one here. This is not needed. Delete and this readme. Okay, you can have a look, of course, isn't it? Here you can have a look, of course, but you don't have to put this on your community folder, okay? About your community folder, please excuse me, but I will not show you where your community folder is. There are already 2 tutorials about your community folder, how to spot your community folder, and you can have a look. I suppose that you can see here on the upper right of the screen the 2 links. I have already created a shortcut in order not to go through all this procedure bringing the community folder on my desktop. And if I press here, here is the shortcut. Here is the community folder of mine, and you just take it and you put it here inside, and that's all, and you are done. Here is the file, okay? After putting the extracted file in your community folder, I strongly suggest you to turn your computer off and to reboot, not to proceed immediately, and then to go to MSFS. For instance, I have here an icon, and to load the game. This is quite important. Now, something else that I want to add: don't attempt to download any liveries. There are some liveries here for the Antonov, the 225, but these liveries are for the payware version, for the version of Inibuild. So don't attempt to download any camera views or whatever, because you may have a crash, just download the plane. Please be careful about this, you may have a crash. It is that simple. Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is all for now. The AN-225 is the biggest plane in the world, or actually it was the biggest plane in the world. And I think it is a must, no matter if we have problems with the autopilot or with different modes of the autopilot. I think this is a must and it is good to exist inside your community folder. So this is all for now. Thank you for watching this clip. Don't forget to comment, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you found this clip interesting. Thank you for watching this clip and hope to see you soon to the next one. Till then, you take care and bye for now.